my dears, thank you so much for being here tonight. It is only 5:30 here in Portland, Oregon, but it is already pitch black, as you can see. I'm just sitting outside of a coffee shop, but it's already dark here because it's winter time, and that's just the way that it is. So here we are. So anyway, today's topic is on collapsing time and shortening the time frame or the time span between your decision and your end result. So what does that mean, and what does that look like, and how does that work? So you have the ability to collapse time. You have the ability and the power to shorten time, the time that it takes to achieve something based on an inner belief and based on an inner decision that you make. So I've done this, and I do this almost on a daily basis. Not necessarily on a daily basis, but I do it a lot when it comes to like events and parties and things like that. And when I know that I need to be on time somewhere, and many times we're running late due to the children and the cooking and the outfits and everything else in between, you know how life is, or traffic or whatever it may be. So each and every single time that I'm getting to an event or I'm going to a party, I make a decision that I will be there at the exact time that I need to be there. Now this does not mean that you will actually be there at, for example, if the time is 7 p.m. and you have to be there at 7 p.m., it doesn't mean that you will necessarily be there at 7 p.m. What it means is that you will get to the destination where you need to be exactly at the time that you need to be there. So you can walk into a house, say for example you were supposed to be there at 7 p.m., but you end up getting there at 7:45 p.m. You walk into the house and you walk in exactly at the time that you were supposed to be there. So for example, the party started exactly at 7:45 the moment you walked in, or everyone began eating exactly the time that you came in, or they just blessed the food and the moment that you came in. So you get there at the exact time you're supposed to be there. Another example of this, so I was supposed to be at an event at a certain time, and you know how events are, like they're very, very structured. If they say they're going to start at 1 p.m., they're going to start at 1 p.m. There's no wiggle room, maybe like 5-10 minutes, but majority of the time it's very structured and it's very organized, and you know the event starts at the time they say that it will start. So in this one instance, I was in the hotel room, I set my alarm, I was going to take a shower that morning, I wash my hair, whatever, get ready, and it usually takes me about an hour to do that if I'm washing my hair and getting ready for, you know. Anyway, so I set the time, my alarm, I end up oversleeping and the alarm did not go off at the time that it was supposed to, so I was about an hour behind. So instead of getting up like at 7, I think I got up like at 8. And so I went ahead, I jumped into the shower and I started getting ready, and you know I could feel the anxiety or the pressure of like hurry, 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 let's go, you're gonna be late. I could feel it, you know, coming on me, and I kept telling myself and I kept reminding myself that I'm at the right place, I'm at the right place at the exact time that I need to be there, I will be there. And mind you, I was like already running late, like I was already running behind. But I continued to tell myself that I'm at the perfect place at the perfect time. Wherever I need to be, I will be at the exact time that I need to be there. So then I began ironing my shirt for the event. And again, I began feeling that anxiety and that pressure of hurry, 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 you're gonna be late, you're gonna be late, come upon me. And again, I come back to that belief and that thought that slow down, calm down, everything works out for your good. You will be exactly where you need to be at the exact time that you need to be there. Everything is working out for your good. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be, you don't need to panic. You don't need to be frantic. You don't need to be anxious. Just let go. And so I did. And so you guys, at this point, I was an entire hour late. So I walked down to the event. I kid you not. I walk into the event. Everyone is standing, clapping. They clapped for the last person that did their, well, it wasn't even an introduction. The introduction didn't even start. They were clapping. I don't even know what they were clapping for. But literally the event had just started. Literally, as the moment I walked in, everything was settling down and the event had just started and they sat down. You guys, the event was an entire hour late. I was shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, like events are supposed to be on time, like, you know, but because I kept repeating in my mind that I'm at the right place at the right time, and that I believe and I decide that everything happens for my good, and I am where I need to be exactly when I need to be there. And you guys, I practice this, like I said, during any event or any party that I go to. I began practicing this in 2018. I have had countless situations where I appear exactly at the place when the party starts, the moment I get there, or you know, they begin eating the food the moment I get there. The food is the most important part, right? Just kidding. But anyway, so yeah, so that's one way to look at it. Another way is if you're working towards an end goal, an end result, you have a outcome that you want to achieve, and you know that it's supposed to take you X amount of time. When you decide that you're gonna, there's actually a principle around this, you can Google it, but when you decide that it's gonna take you a certain amount of time, it will take you the amount of time you give yourself. So if you say it's gonna take me an hour to complete this project, it will take you an hour to complete the project, and you will be shocked at how things rearrange, how quickly and smoothly things work when you decide that that's how long it's going to take. The amount of time you give yourself is the amount of time it's going to take. So that's another way to collapse time. And then in another instance, two more recent, well actually one more recent event was I was looking for my foundation all over the house, and I couldn't find it. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and then finally I'm like, okay, this is insane. Like, I just bought this foundation. I don't want it, you know, I want it to appear in my life somehow, some way or another. So I just decided, I'm like, that's it. I put my foot down, like, that's it. You know, I need my foundation. I need it now. You guys, within not even like a minute, my son brings me the foundation from the garbage can. He's like, oh, Mom, were you looking for this? It looks brand new. I found your foundation. So that's another way. I guess you can call it time collapsing, because I could have spent another week looking for it, or I could have just given up and went and bought a new one. But because I made a decision, because I decided on the outcome, there's another example of collapsing time. But you could do this with your finances, with your fitness goals, with your being on time to wherever you're going goals. In other words, you have the power to collapse time, that your energy, your vibration, your belief in the fact that you're able to collapse time, that you're able to be where you need to be exactly when you need to be there, will work for you, because it's a universal principle that the amount of time, one of the universal principles is the amount of time you give yourself to complete something, you will complete it in that time. So try practicing this with, for example, being on time to places that you want to be, exactly at the time that you want to be there, not necessarily like I was saying earlier, not necessarily like 7 p.m., like you want to be there at 7 p.m., just being exactly where you need to be at the exact time you need to be there. You get to the party and the party starts. Even if you're 45 minutes late, it starts exactly when you get there. So you're always exactly where you need to be, and you never have to rush, you never have to be frantic, or you never have to panic. You just walk in ease, grace, and flow, and know that everything is working for your good, and it's all working for you. And another way you can use this principle is in your just daily life, as you're working towards your purpose, or your end goal in your work, you know, whatever it is that you're doing as an entrepreneur. A lot of times we can get frantic and try to move things quicker, and why isn't it moving faster, and why isn't this working, why isn't that working? Always just know in your inner being that you are exactly where you need to be. Everything is working out for your good. Time is working, and time is on your side, and it's working for you, and you are exactly where you need to be. And the strategies and the people and the situations and events will show up in your life when they need to, and that you are taken care of, and everything's working out for your good, and all is well. So I hope you take this and use it in your life. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you guys in the next episode.